Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex with GuitarForce.com. As you can see from the title, today we're going to take a look at Manic Depression by Jimi Hendrix, which was also covered by Stevie Ray Vaughan if you look for some live recordings. But their versions are practically the same, with the exception of a few variations here and there. This song is written in E flat, so we have to drop down half a step on all the strings. And the tablature and the backing track for this song are going to be available at GuitarForce.com for free. And while you're there, please check out the store section of the site where you can purchase a product, and that way you're going to be supporting me and getting some quality information as well. Alright, so back to the lesson. Without further ado, let's take a listen to the opening part. Then we, as usual, going to come back, close up, and start the lesson. Let's check it out. Alright, so keep in mind that this song is written in 3/4, so this means now we have 3 beats to the bar instead of 4, so instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Alright, so the beginning of the song goes like this, sort of the intro riff. Okay, so here we have on A string 5, 6, 7. Then we wait for 1 bar and we go 5, 6, 7 on D. Then we go into the sort of main riff of the song, which goes. So here we're playing an A note, and you can play it 2 ways. You can play either on low E string, holding the 5th fret, or you can play just an open A string. Okay, and the rest of the riff is playing on the D string, 7, 5, 7, 5, and keep in mind also that we're going to be playing this in a shuffle rhythm, so it's not straight 8, it's alright, so we alternate between the low E, just the A string, A note, like I said, on the 5th fret of the low E, or just the open A, and this. Okay. Alright, so after that, the first verse starts off with guitar backing up the vocal line, and it goes like this, the first part. So here we start off with A note again, and you can play it on the 5th fret of the low E. Then we have slide from 7 to 9 on the low E, playing 7 on A. Then we play similar lick. Now we're starting off on the 3rd fret of low E. So 3rd fret of low E, slide into the 7th fret, and then we play 5th fret of A. Actually here we have the continuation of the riff, which goes, we play 5 on A, then we're back to 7 on E, and then we play 6 on A, 6 and 2 7s. Alright, one more time. One more time. Okay, and we're back to the first part of the riff. So slowly the whole thing goes like this. Alright, so we play this for 2 times, 2 vocal lines, and then the third vocal line is different, so we're going to be playing a different melody line underneath it as well. It goes like this. Alright, so let's break it down into parts. First part goes like this. We have open, low E. Then we have a slide into the 4th fret. Then we're playing 2nd fret of A. Then we play 3rd fret of low E. Then we're back to the 2nd fret of A. Then we play, which is 5, 2, 5 on A. Then we play 3, 5, 3, 5. Right, so far we got. And we hold on onto these notes for a while. Then we have. Alright, so here we have on A string 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. And keep in mind that the first note on the 2nd fret of the A string, it falls onto the off beat, so we start 2 and then we play 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 for 3 times. All right. Then we move on to the low E string and we play 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 for 4 times. Okay, so far the whole melody goes like this. And now we're back to the previous vocal line. And now in between the verses we're going to be playing again the intro riff, waiting for a bar, then playing again. So this intro bar we're going to be using, not the intro bar, the intro riff we're going to be using quite a lot in this song, and the best way is just to listen a few times for the structure of the song, because sometimes we're playing with the rest, so we play waiting for a bar and then we're playing the 2nd line, but sometimes we're going to be playing them continuously, so we're going to be playing. And like I said, you know, just listen to the structure of the song, you know, so you can get it right. Okay, so the 2nd verse sounds like this. Alright, so the 2nd verse is virtually the same as the main riff, the main verse that we did, the first one. In the beginning we play this, but now the variation here is instead of playing the... Now we're going to be introducing the unison bends, right? And the unison bend is going to be performed on the B string, 5th fret, and the bend on the G string, 7th fret. So we bend it up, bring it down, and bend up again, like that. Now the vocal line in the beginning is a little bit different, only one part. So we would start with A note again, but now instead of sliding on the low E into the 9th fret, he slides on the A string from 7 to 10 back to 7. And then the rest of the riff is the same. So it would be. Now keep in mind that the second vocal line he's playing exactly as he did in the first verse. And the third line of the second verse is exactly the same. Now here we come to this break, and like I said previously, just listen to carefully to the structure. He would play. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be playing first part of the riff, then we have three scratches, then playing second part of the riff, and then we go into the continuous. Now we are coming to the interlude, which is before the solo, and it goes like this. Alright, so here we have a series of unison bends. Again, we're going to be using the B and the G string, and the first one starts off with this bend as we did previously. So on the B we have 5, on the G we have bend on the 7th fret. And we play this for 2 bars, so we have 6 beats. Next bend we move up to B on the 8 and G on the 10. Again playing for 2 bars. Then we move up to 12th fret, B on 12 and G on the 14. Then we move up to 15th fret, 15th position. The B string is going to be on the 15 and the G on the 17. And we play this for 1 bar. And then we have the second bar, bend up, bend down, again bend up, and then we have another bend which goes for 2 steps up. Alright, so we have to bend quite high. And then he catches the D string at the same fret, 17. And even you can hear some of the A string as well, because of this big bend. Now when you have the volume and you shake it like that, vibrate, it's going to feed back, and all of these notes are going to go into feedback and create this sound. And then we go into the solo. And so on. I'm not going to transcribe the whole solo because it's just a bunch of licks played in the E minor pentatonic, you know, just the standard ones. So he would play in this position, in the 5th position, then moves 1 position up, and then 1 more position up to the 12th fret. Then we have bend on the 15th fret here, and then he goes 1 octave up, you know, playing around here on what is it, 17, basically A minor pentatonic, 1 octave up right here, and so on. Alright, so then after that we go into the 3rd verse, which is practically the same as the second one with the bends. The only difference, small difference, as Jimmy always does, that you know, he's improvising all the time, so he'll play basically the same bends. The only one which stands out here, he would bring up this one, another unison bend which is on high E, 5th fret, and also B string on the 8th fret. And you can hear it only once in the 3rd verse. So it basically would be. Okay, so in the first part of the 3rd verse he would do that. The rest is going to be just using, again, the unison bends that we've looked at before, these ones. Then he plays exactly the same, and so on. And then we go into the series of, which is called an interlude. So let's take a listen to it right now, and then I'll explain a few things here as well. Okay, so the interlude consists of the riffs that we've looked at before, and like I said, you know, you just have to listen a couple of times to get the structure right. But basically we have this kind of part where we have we're playing the riff, then we hold on for a bar, then playing the second part of the riff, right? Another variation after that, he plays continuously, right? Then the second part of the interlude, or the outro I should say, he plays the first part of the riff. Then we're going to be including, instead of the rest, we're going to be including the unison bends. So we play right, the first part of the riff, then we have a unison bend using the B and the G strings, then we play the second part of the riff, which is lower on the, higher on the D string, 5, 6, 7, and then we have the higher bend using the high E and the B strings. Then we play again the low part of the riff on the A string, playing again, so basically repeating. After that we have, right, and then the second time around we're going to be playing again, but this time he plays 3 bends on using the B and the G string, so it will be, so only the last time he would use the high bend, high E on and the B strings. Then we have for the continuously, right, for 3 times, and then we have again unison bends, just like we did before the solo. Exactly the same bends, and with exactly the same duration, so we have for 2 bars each of the unison bends. And then the end of the song, he goes, so here we have on the G string, 5th fret, and we hold it for a bar, so for 3 beats, 1, 2, 3. Then we have on the D string we have 7th fret, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, playing the 5th fret of the D, and then we have gradual bend on the 5th fret of the A string, and we finish it off with a power chord, and then you can add the open G. and then we flick the pickup selector. And if you have a high volume on the amp, it's going to go into feedback, and you can hear the switch a little bit better. So basically that's it to the song. Alright guys, so that was it for this lesson. Don't forget to like the video if you did like it. Also comment, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to visit GuitarForce.com for more guitar related stuff. In the meantime, I'll see you again. Take it easy, and as always, let the force be with you.